So, Al, this is the start of the walk.
Yes, this is the start line, as we're calling it, here in Canning Town, and we're going to go all the way to Barnes.
Out of the pub and into the past. Almari's leaving the bar behind to talk history. London and World War II, there's just so much history, isn't it?
Yes, it's all the history. Because the city was the focal point of the Blitz, there's lots and lots of history here, particularly in this part of London, in the East End.
Some people will be surprised that you're such a history buff.
Yes.
They might know you as a comedian,
Yeah.
but you're big on your history.
Yes, I mean, I'm very, very interested in history, particularly the history of the Second World War, because the thing about that war was it involved everyone, whether they liked it or not. You know, the whole population had to mobilise one way or another. And it doesn't just mean the people who were in the army, the air force or the navy. It was families coping with it. It was women going to work. It was factories turning themselves into the production around to be dedicated to the war effort. Children being evacuated. It affected absolutely everyone. And its footprint is enormous on the country we live in now. And I think reminding yourself of that, coming through the city, through the East End and going into Western London, reminding yourself of what London went through is a way of relating to what's going on elsewhere in the world right now.
What's your name, my darling?
Sharon.
Sharon?
For years, we've known him as the pub landlord.
Meaning Karen, spelt wrong. Now,
But these days, he's more history podcaster and author. Are you surprised by the success of your podcast and your history?
I am hugely surprised. I'm surprised by anyone buying a ticket to see me do stand-up. I'm still amazed anyone wants to come. But with the podcast, it's been an absolutely extraordinary thing to discover this big listenership and people relating to the subject through their family's experience. It's always, my grandpa did this, I've just found out my nan was evacuated. One of the interesting things about the Second World War, the footage is always in black and white, but this was a thing that happened in colour. And what we're doing by having all these people come to listen and share their experiences, we're colouring the picture in and turning it into this amazing living, breathing subject that I just can't get enough of. And we're marching all the way through the East End.
And from his hit World War II podcast, We Have Ways of Making You Talk, a charity walk has emerged from his listeners to help a cancer charity.
So they've organised this walk, and basically I've got to go on it because they listen to my podcast, and I'm their sort of putative leader. But really, it's a grassroots thing that's come from our listeners, particularly here in London. They call themselves the London Independent Company. They've organised this whole thing, and it's absolutely amazing the way they've got involved in the charity. It's incredible.
They have ways of making you walk.
Exactly right. They have ways of making me walk, yeah.
The walk across London is raising funds for Finley's Touch, a charity set up in memory of a lost relative.
So Finley, my nephew, died of a very, very rare blood cancer 3 years ago. And his parents decided that what they wanted to do to keep his memory alive was help families in that situation, in similar situations, families dealing with childhood cancer. So what they do is they supply a hospital survival bag, which has coffee in it, a Wi-Fi voucher, books, a back scratcher, and a honking chicken, because Finley really liked practical jokes. So he would get his chicken out and scare the nurses with the chicken when he was in Great Ormond Street. What's been really, really amazing with the charity is the way my listeners have engaged in this. And they're doing marches, other marches all over the country. And my family, we are so touched by this completely spontaneous effort to fundraise and to help families in the situation that mine was in only a few years ago. And in a way, what we're trying to do with Finley's Touch is be the thing we needed when it happened to us. And I think that the fact that my listeners have rallied to this, that our listeners on We Have Ways have rallied to this, it's amazing and really very humbling. And I'm a stand-up comedian show-off. I'm not a humble person. So people who make me express humility are doing me a big favour.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love that. It's making me almost well up.
Don't be daft. And then all the way down to Barnes, along the river. So
It's going to be very hot.
it's going to be a scorcher, yeah. I'm looking forward to it though. That London it was the global centre for a very, very long time. So it's packed with history, even in just the last century. There's you don't even, I mean, I'm always one of these people who thinks, who cares about the Romans? It's a long time ago. Well, you know, the last century's got enough to be getting on with. You know what I mean?